Afghanistan Foreign Minister Amir Khan Muttaqi is all set to arrive in New Delhi on 9th of this month. He will be in India till 15th of this month. Now, many people are raising eyebrows over the proposed visit of Amir Khan Muttaqi. Is it impossible for an Afghan minister to visit India? No. But why then all this opposition? That is because Amir Khan Muttaqi belongs to Taliban, which is often considered, Taliban, the name is often considered as a synonym for radical Islam or terrorism in India and elsewhere. India is a country that has suffered hugely from radical Islam inspired terrorism. Still, India is fighting terrorism on many fronts. India is being bled by radical Islam. That is why people raise eyebrows. But terrorism is not a subject or a phenomenon or not an ideology that can be described in black and white. There are many gray areas for it. I am not, dividing terrorists as good terrorists and bad terrorists as the United States and Pakistan do that. Here, what I mean is that the brand of radical Islam being propagated by Taliban is confined to the geographical limits of Afghanistan as well as the racial group of Pashtuns. I think that is what makes Taliban a better terrorist group or a less evil terror group for India, because they don't directly want to establish their hegemony in any other country. They don't work on the lines of pan-Islamist terror groups like Al Qaeda or ISIS. So this is what makes Taliban a better evil for India. We will go into those aspects in detail, especially the Pathan element of Taliban. Welcome to Insights. I am Hari Kumar. Let me start from the group Taliban. As I said, it is confined to the geographical limits of Afghanistan, number one. The second aspect is they don't accept warrior members from any other group. Only Pashtuns or Pathans are enrolled. So that makes it less dangerous for India, because they don't accept Indian recruits. They don't have any goal of establishing hegemony in India. They want to master, to control Afghanistan. Of course, let them do. That's their country. Let them rule Afghanistan. But at the same time, they should follow certain norms, civilizational norms, that we will talk in another, video. But for the time being, I am confined to the visit of Amir Khan Muttaqi and check whether that contradicts India's stand against terrorism. So prima facie, it doesn't contradict India's stand. They have got support of majority of people of Afghanistan. That is what I feel. Otherwise, they could not have returned to power once after they had been defeated in the past. So let's look at the relationship between Pashtuns and India. Pashtun is the majority community of Afghanistan. Their language, Pashto, is being spoken by majority of people. The biggest ethnic group in Afghanistan. There are other ethnic groups in Afghanistan. For example, Hazara Jats are there, Uzbeks are there, Tajiks are there. Actually, Northern Alliance, which defeated Taliban once, supported by the US, was led by Hazara Jats, Uzbekis, and Tajiks. Everybody might be remembering the name of Ahmad Shah Massoud, who is often called the mountain rat or something like that. He was a brave warrior who fought against Taliban. He was a Tajik. But if you look at the relationship of those ethnic groups with India, uh, the Pashtuns are the most related group. Why I said so? Pashtuns had been in India for long. You have got communities of Pashtuns, not only Muslim Pashtuns, but even Hindu Pashtuns are there in India. For example, in Maharashtra, in Nagpur, you have got a group of Hindu Pashtuns. Again, there are Hindu Pashtuns in Gujarat and Rajasthan. There are ladies who tattoo their skin with blue figures. Once, former Afghanistan President Hamid Karzai visited those settlements and he confirmed that the language they spoke was original Pashto. He was also a Pashto. So I think there are many factors that prove the presence of Afghan Pashtuns in India. For example, in Uttar Pradesh, you have got Rohilla groups, Pashtuns. They are Pashtuns. Majority of them are Muslims, but you have got Hindu Rohillas also who are considered to be Rajputs. So I think you have got, if you look at historical connections between India and Afghanistan, that was basically between Pashtuns and Indians, not with other groups. It was true that Northern Alliance was friendly with India. Ahmad Shah Massoud or Uzbeks were also very friendly with India, but at the same time, if you look at historical connections, the historical connections were with Pashtuns, not with other groups. There are many Indians who believe that originally Pashtuns were Hindus. There are myths about the connection of Gandhari, who is the mother of Kauravas, with Kandahar. She is said to be from Kandahar. So you have got so much historical connections. Even before centuries or millennia before Islam became popular in Afghanistan, Hindus were ruling Afghanistan. Hindu kings were ruling Kabul even till 10th century. You got Hindu Shahi, Jayapala, Anandapala, Trilochanapala, so many were there. So historical connections were there. The only difference now is the majority of Pashtuns or all of Pashtuns are now Muslims and they have no Hindu connection. Those who retain their Hindu connections have migrated to India. But at the same time, if you look at Pashtuns or if you look at the second Taliban regime, they have friendly relations with India. For example, recently the Taliban condemned the Pahalgam terror attack in Kashmir and India welcomed that. So India needs their support. At least India wants them not to give arms, cadre or training to terror groups which are based in Kabul or other northwestern Pakistan. So it is in the interests of India that India engages with Taliban. I am not saying that India should ally with the Taliban. You cannot do that. But at the same time, there are ample reasons to engage with them. India has provided more than 50,000 metric tons of wheat ever since 2020. And India is providing Afghanistan with medicines, with a lot of goods and services. And it will be difficult for Afghanistan not to take help from India. Taliban has accepted help from India with both hands. And since it is impossible for India to establish friendly relations with Pakistan, because of the politics being followed there, because of the hegemony of certain vested interest groups in administration in Pakistan, I think it is better for India to engage with Taliban. At least Taliban has got full control over Afghanistan. There is no single political party or group that has got absolute control over Pakistan. In Pakistan, disparate groups rule different areas. Even even a mighty power like China finds it very difficult to engage with Pakistan government. Pakistan is a country which doesn't have a unified government. Even their army doesn't have control over many areas of their own country. For example, Balochistan. It's not the case with Afghanistan. So it's better that you engage with a group that controls a whole country. And if I can go on explaining the different factors that proves the or verifies the decision taken by government of India to establish links with or engage with Taliban. We will speak about that more in the coming days after Mr. Amir Khan Mutaki arrives in India. Till then, goodbye.